All right. Welcome back to the draw. I'm Nathan. I'm one of your co-hosts, and we're going to be going over some PGA and LPGA Tour events that are coming up this weekend. So the first one, we'll start with the PGA, the Procore Championship out in Napa Valley this weekend. First FedEx Fall Cup event for them. So pretty much anyone outside of the top 50 in the FedEx Cup standings from the summer season has a chance to work their way up into signature events. If you finish within the top 50, you can still play. So right now, it looks like a lot of the top 50 players are the Ryder Cup players. So right now, 10 of the 12 Team USA Ryder Cup members are signed up to play. The only ones not playing are Xander Schauffele, who just announced that he recently had a baby, and then Bryson DeChambeau, who is on the Live Tour, who is not able to play. So kind of getting a little tune-up. I know that was a thing a couple of years ago at Marcus Simone, them not playing since the Tour Championship, and that was kind of like, why? Like, Zach Johnson, why aren't you doing more? Like,
A lot of
the
questions
mass,
on Zach
yeah,
Johnson right now.
yeah, he's unfairly getting some ricochet shots, but kind of deserved. But if the players play the week before the Masters, they play the week before majors, they're not going to go into those cold. So why is the Ryder Cup any different? The
No, I
Europeans always
agree.
do it. So I mean,
Certainly.
over on the European tour, I think 11 of their 12 guys are playing this week over at the BMW Championship that over there at Wentworth. I think it just makes sense. It's good bonding time. I was kind of shocked Keegan isn't playing. I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't be shocked if he was there, but not playing, I thought maybe he'd play.
No,
Again,
no,
Luke
I think
Donald's
it's
playing.
I think him not playing is actually probably better for the team if he's around. I'm gonna assume that he's around because he probably wants to get close with the guys before the Ryder Cup, obviously. I feel like if Keegan was playing and like he's playing well and stuff, there could be some questions. Like I don't think he wants to feed into that at all. And I also find it very amusing that like all these top players on the USA team and even over on the European side, they're playing in tournaments that they wouldn't usually play in. Like you got guys that are pretty like they're obviously very good golfers, professionals, but like they're playing against Scotty Scheffler in September. Like these guys, they're not ready for that.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like, yeah, these are guys who are trying to maintain their status for next year. Now all of a sudden you have to go against Scotty, who has never played here before. Again, he's the betting favorite in the power rankings. The PGA Tour out, he's won, and I think the first three or four are Ryder Cup members. So I mean, it's tough for those guys who are trying to break through, the Corn Ferry members that kind of struggled this year trying to get points. I know you weren't on last week. Do you have any thoughts on the captain's picks from Team Europe or Team USA?
So Team Europe went pretty much exactly like how everyone thought it was gonna go. Same team from Rome. Why mess with what works? They got
Yeah,
a bunch of young guys. They're all obviously not rookies anymore. I think they have more depth than the USA team, and I think they could really provide a challenge for the United States in Bethpage. I honestly think they could win. They could win. I think they're going to beat the United States. Unfortunately, as an American, it pains me to say that, but I
yeah.
don't think the United States is as good. However, I did really like the team that Keegan Bradley brought to Bethpage. I it was pretty much 11 of the 12 players were who I wanted it to be. Patrick Cantlay got picked over Maverick McNeely, and I'm actually okay with that. I'm not going to switch up though. I don't like Patrick Cantlay, and I still don't think he should be there. However,
Yeah.
if there was someone that should have that could like Maverick McNeely was kind of replaceable, I guess. Patrick Cantlay's been there before. Made a pretty clutch putt at the last Ryder Cup. I think. And Patrick Cantlay is obviously he's FedEx Cup champion. I don't think he's won a major though, or has he won a
No.
major? No.
No, he's
So
one of those kind of like him and Hovland are kind of the two in Fleetwood, kind of the best players without a major. I think I kind of agree with you the McNeely point. Like if he didn't make it now, I just don't know when he does. Like I think if you're gonna pick a guy who's a rookie who isn't played the best of late, but has had a solid year and is one of the better players on the tour this year, I think at a home Ryder Cup is the way to go. Like in 2 years when it's overseas, like they're not gonna take all these rookies. Like look at
right.
what Luke Donald did this year. Like he took one rookie, and if Rasmus Hogard doesn't qualify in points, does he make the team? Like I don't know. Like does he go with someone who's a little more experience. Like you saw Luke Donald a couple years ago, he went young because it was at home, and Ludwig Oberg and Nikolai Hogard, like they were young guys who haven't really proven themselves yet, but it was a home Ryder Cup. You can take that chance. I think, yeah, Cantley would have been one. I think, honestly, I think my one I would have left off that would have really ruffled feathers was Colin Morikawa.
I completely agree. I can see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think he's really struggled since the Arnold Palmer and Henley beating him there on the 17th hole of the chip, and hasn't had a top 10 since that event. He's really, the caddy thing is weird. He was trying all these different things, wearing no glove with the long irons. It seems like he's just trying to find something right now. And I don't know if that's what I want going to the Ryder Cup. I mean, he's a great iron player. He's probably, when he's on, the second best iron player behind Scotty, and that's going to play well. But he doesn't hit it the farthest. He's not short. He hits a lot of fairways. He's a bad putter. And I don't know who you really play him with. He's not playing all five. He's probably playing in the four balls. I don't think you play him an alternate shot the way
That's
he's
okay
going right
though.
now,
That's
and
okay.
that's fine. But I just, that one, when Keegan said Sunday night or Monday night before picking, he was like, some people who are expected to be on this team won't be. I really thought it was going to be Morikawa and Griffin, and
Yeah, I was gonna say,
both of
what
them are on
happened
the
to that? I
team.
feel like that.
I think it's all a smokescreen. I think it was all kind of, I don't know if it was the PGA of America telling them to say it or them just trying to get interest. Like, I don't know. Because it's the same thing with the whole Keegan being the captain thing. Was he ever going to be captain, I wonder? Or was it all just, let's draw up this controversy or these headlines for the next 2, 3 months. And then when it comes down to it, you're just going to not pick yourself. I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah, I mean, I can kind of see where Colin Morikawa. I actually am behind the Morikawa pick. I know the last Ryder Cup, Justin Thomas did not really have a good season. Everyone was like,
Yeah.
"What happened to Justin Thomas?" Then he got to Rome and was actually one of our better players. So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe that happens to Morikawa here because Colin Morikawa is still Colin Morikawa. Like he's still got it in him, and just like Justin Thomas. So I think that Colin Morikawa could play well and surprise some people. And he doesn't need to play. He doesn't need to play every day. He can just play the four balls. Obviously, got the singles, but I mean, the USA does have some top guys that they don't they can kind of put in the front and kind of hide kind of the weaker kind of players. So
Yeah.
if the Scotty Bryson up top, even JJ Spawn, I'm so high on, and he's gonna be unreal. That's my prediction. JJ Spawn's the man.
Okay. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see the pairings. I know this week at the PGA Tour event, I was looking at some tee times that there are a lot of Ryder Cup guys with each other. I wonder if that was a kind of a thing. Keegan and the PGA of America was like, hey, can you? So we'll see.
That was
It's going to
probably
be,
intentional.
yeah. I mean, I think right off the bat, there's a couple ones that are like it's going to be tough. Like Bryson plays with. I've heard Ben Griffin. I've heard Cameron Young. Heck, I've heard JT and Bryson. And it's going to be real interesting.
Yeah,
Again, I
JT
think
doesn't
it's
have
one.
speed that he like his buddy's not there this
Yeah,
year.
that's
So
that's another interesting one too. Like I think with Bryson, like it may be a thing where yeah, he's probably the second best American right now. The alternate shot with him scares me just because he's so particular, and I know he plays a Pro V1, but he plays a specific Pro V1, and I think the only other person on the team that plays is Cam Young. So like, I love the idea of
wouldn't that
sending
be a fun pair?
Bryson
Wow.
and Cam Young group one. They got to Bryson has to hit the opening tee shot, or Cam Young does, and get because you need that energy. And if you send Bryson, Cam Young first off, and then you send Scotty and Russell the second pair, and then you probably do. I think a JT Sam Burns pairing would be great, and then I think you maybe send like a Harris English and someone else
JJ
out in
Spawn,
that
Harris
last.
English, kind
Yeah,
of that final group.
yeah, I think a Harris English JJ Spawn group would be pretty good. I think they're both tough guys. I think they're both good putters. They're
Very
good iron
consistent, yeah.
players, and yeah, I don't think they're gonna be scared of the moment. I know Harris has played. Was it 4 years ago at Whistling Straits? So I think pairing Spawn up with a rookie and an even keel guy like English, I think that would be good. I need to see Bryson hit that opening tee shot so
I
bad.
100% agree. Bryson or the hometown kid, Cam
Yeah,
Young, has to
yeah,
be.
one of them. But yeah, I mean, I think like you said, the European team, Matt Wallace made it interesting. I think if he would have won that event, I forget what it was, the day before Luke Donald picked. If he would have won, it would have gave Donald some questions, maybe some hesitation picking Fitzpatrick, but Fitzpatrick again, I think he finished top 5 in that event too. So he's really
He's
been
been
on
playing well since
form.
the Open.
It's just he's really bad in the Ryder Cup, and I know I think this is his 4th Ryder Cup, and I know he's played 3 away ones and only 1 home one. And in the 1 home run, he was good 2 years ago at Marcus Simone. But boy, it's 1-7 as his record in the Ryder Cup. Like it's again, I think he plays 4 balls. I don't think he plays alternate shot. Again, I think he's one of them that he played with Rory and he went berserk the one day. I think it was Friday last time or Saturday where he was 7 under through 8 holes and
Seems
he's
every European was
yeah.
going crazy there. Like
Yeah. So I mean I think they have some guys. Rasmus Hogarth's another one who'll probably only play 4 ball and wouldn't be shocked to see him paired with like Justin Rose. I think Hovland Oberg are a great pairing if they've talked about it, how they're just both from the same part of Europe and they just get well and their games are great. And then you have Rory, McIlroy, Fleetwood are all just world beaters right now. I mean, the McIlroy Fleetwood pairing and alternate shot is
if that's a pairing and alternate shot, you guys can have that match as long as like it's not Scotty. Like
yeah.
you guys can
Yeah,
have
I
that one.
mean, yeah, and Hatton and Rom, I wonder if they'll play together just with their live thing
I
and
forgot they have Hatton and Ramen. Okay, are you kidding me?
yeah, it's going to be interesting. I mean, Lowry and Sepp were a good pair too 2 years ago. So I do think right now, I think Europe's a little deeper. I'm nervous about some of the Americans. Ben Griffin will be interesting to see. We'll see Sam Burns, like who he's paired with. Like he's a good putter, so like hopefully he comes. Cantley and Xander have both had just off years for them. I gotta assume they'll be out there as a pairing probably Thursday or Friday morning too is one of the 4 going an alternate shot. But there's a lot of unknowns with the American team and with the European team. I don't think there is as many. I mean, Sepp Straka is probably the most unknown. He hasn't really played well outside of his wins. I mean, had some personal issues with missing one of the playoff events, so hopefully everything's fine there. And he's not playing this week at Wentworth. He's the only European Ryder Cup team member not playing there, so that's a little strange because he hasn't played well. So you think, hey, get back in form. We'll see. I did read that the European team is flying over to Bethpage as a team. I think right after Wentworth, they're going to spend like a day and a half, kind of as a team scouting trip. I haven't heard anything from Team USA doing that, which is interesting. I
Yeah,
yes, they've all played it. I know, but the last time it was here was the 2019 PGA. So I'm shocked there's not some type of scouting trip. I know a
I
couple
feel like
years.
there should be something like even like if there's
Yeah,
not these guys have their schedule clear. Like come on, I think
yeah,
he get some guys over there for a scouting trip. I
yeah,
understand the Europeans doing that. It makes a lot of sense to me. They seem very organized, very consistent. They know exactly what they're doing. And as you said, the Americans a lot of unknowns and maybe a little chaos even. Like
yeah, for sure. I mean, I think being the first time captain and everything is hard for Keegan, but I know he has some good veterans. He has Jim Furyk, who's done Ryder Cup and President Cup before, Kevin Kisner, Stuart Singh, Gary Woodland. Like they've all been part of team competitions. So I think that will help him. But just being the captain, figuring everything out will be interesting. But I think Bradley's gonna do well. I think as much as people want him to play, I think I'm fine with him not playing and giving his all because I think he'll be the best captain if he doesn't play. And I think just him riling up the crowd on the first tee or whatever tee it is, talking to the guys, like they all said when they were picked, they all said that Keegan's been a great communicator. So I mean, I think just him playing and being the captain would have been too tough.
he certainly has the spirit. He's got the personality and the spirit to be the Ryder Cup captain. It just does he have the strategy and all that stuff that
Yeah.
he's certainly a night and day difference from him and Zach Johnson, who not good, and that's being nice.
Yeah. Now I've been floating this idea. I've been reading this idea. Like, let's say the USA wins, even if it's close. 2 years, Ryder Cup in Ireland. Keegan Bradley does good. Like, do you pull a European card and you run it back with Keegan as the captain? I think you do. I think
I think you do, yeah.
I think it's really hard to come out with energy in an away Ryder Cup, and Keegan will bring it. So I
Especially if the United States does well in this Ryder Cup, Keegan can build off that with the momentum, and he can bring it in Ireland.
Yeah. Now, would if would he turn it down because he wants to play in it? I also wouldn't be shocked at that. But by that time, who knows how he is as a player? Maybe the Travelers is his last win. Maybe he continues to win. If he continues to win, then maybe he's like, no, I want to play one more time, and then you give it to someone else. But I think Keegan shows well. I think he could definitely be the captain again in 2 years.
I agree.
So let's see. The LPGA Tour was off this week, like the PGA Tour. This week they're playing out in Ohio. It is the Kroger Queen City Championship. Lydia Ko is the defending champion there.
Yeah, Lydia Ko won last year. She had a 5-shot victory, so pretty dominant there from Lydia Ko. The tournament's going to be in TPC Rivers Bend in Hamilton Township, Ohio, and most, if not all, of the top players are going to be in the field this week. So it should be a very good tournament. As always, the LPGA Tour is having a really entertaining season. This is their They have one more tournament after this one before they begin their kind of Pacific. They're going to Hawaii and then they're going to Asia, and then
Okay.
until the end of their season. So, so it should be a very interesting tournament. We'll be watching for sure.
Yeah, I saw the top four players in the Rolex rankings are all there. So like pretty loaded field. Again, good stuff. I mean, again, another young player won last week. I was looking, you can watch it on, let's see, it was TV on the Golf Channel. Thursday, Saturday, for some reason, these times are strange, but Thursday and Saturday, 1 to 4 p.m., Friday and Sunday. All right, no, I said that wrong. Thursdays 1 to 4, Saturdays 1 to 4, Sundays 1 to 4, all on Golf Channels. Friday is 4 to 7 on the Golf Channel. So tune in. Again, good golf is expected. This course should be nice. It's a good area. Ohio loves their golf, and
Ohio loves their
this,
sports. They show
yeah,
out.
yeah,
They're on it.
yeah.
Cleveland.
This field is great. I mean, the world number one is the runner up from last year, so she's kind of trying to get revenge. Minji Lee again is another good player. Nelly Corda, obviously we all know Nelly Corda. Should be a good tournament.
I think Rose Zhang could have a pretty good week, pretty good week. I think last tournament she was top tied for fifth, and she's kind of turned around. Her season hasn't been what we kind of expect from Rose Zhang. I know when she burst onto
Yeah,
the scene, she was unbelievable, but she's kind of turned around the last few weeks. She's gone kind of from miscut to top 20 or so. So according to the pattern, she it seems she could be in the miscut. However, I think she's figured it out. I think Rosang could be other this week. Very talented.
yeah. I mean, she burst on the scene winning, and again, young the young golfers on that tour are just showing out early, and I think it's great. I mean, the PGA Tour kind of has that, but like it's like last year is Nick Dunlap, and that's it. And he was bad this year.
Yeah, we
But
really haven't
for
had the PGA
yeah,
hasn't really had any top rookies kind of like Will Zalatoris, Cameron Young like that
no,
year.
no, yeah, no. It's been kind of bare in the rookie winners on the PGA Tour, but I think it's great for the LPGA Tour.
You've seen some of the guys that are coming up in high school right now for the for like
Yeah, that the
juniors.
Walker Cup.
They look yeah, those guys look sweet. They're really good.
Yeah. Some of them are going to be good. I know Jackson Koivu's in the field over at the Procore, and I know he's top 10 in like the last three events he's played in on the PGA Tour, and he's just kind of waiting to graduate. He already has a PGA Tour card locked up. He's going back to school for another year, so he'll be another good one. I know Luke Clanton this year. That was the big talk, the Florida State graduate. He finally got his tour. I think he's in the field again this week. So he's young, kind of playing on that PGA Tour U status. Michael Thorborn Orlson, who won the PGA Tour U, I think 2 years ago. So they have them. They're just not winning like the LPGA pros, and that's
Yeah,
fine. I mean, there's
I
nothing
mean
wrong with it.
Neil Shipley
But
too.
yeah,
He's on the
that's the
Corn Ferry
one.
Tour. He's playing well. I think he is close if not or earned his
He
card for
locked up.
tour card.
Yep,
Yeah.
I heard. Yeah, so he's won twice on the Corn Ferry Tour already. So It's coming now. If they make the splashes like the LPGA rookies do, who knows? We'll see. But that tour's been young and exciting. It's fun to watch right now.
For sure.
Let's see the over the DP World Tour real quick. I know it's not something we go over all the time on this podcast, but I think we have to talk about it with Rory McIlroy winning the Irish Open. He won it again, so this is the second time he's won. He drained a 28 footer on the 18th hole to force a playoff, and I
For
mean,
Eagle, I saw that.
I don't know if you heard the crowd. That has to be the loudest crowd roar all year, maybe to his Masters win. But I even think that doesn't compare to what this roar was. The hometown fans, I mean, just crazy stuff by him. And in the playoff, I mean, it was kind of back and forth for the first two playoff holes, like who's going to win. They each had eagle putts the first two times. And then on the third playoff hole, the guy hits it into the water on his second shot, just yanked his approach shot a little long, hit the bank and fell in. And Rory pretty much hit his second shot on the green, two putted, almost made the eagle putt from like 60 feet to win, which would have been wild. So that was a good win. Again, Rory just 3-0 in playoffs this year. Won the Players in the playoff, won the Masters in the playoff, won the Irish Open in the playoff. I think he'll be one of the favorites over at the BMW over there on the BMW on the DP World Tour. Billy Horschel is the defending champ over there. He
Billy
won this
Horschel.
event. Yeah, won this event two times, 2021, 2024. He has not played though since the RBC Heritage. He had hip surgery, so he's going to be returning. It's going to be a tough task for him to defend coming off a hip surgery. Again, 11 of the 12 Ryder Cup Team Europe members are on it. Luke Donald's playing, and I think Francesco Molinari, and I think one other Ryder Cup assistant captain's playing. So that's a good event. Kind of comparable to the Players Championship here on the PGA Tour. That's kind of like their flagship event over there. Wentworth is a great course. Again, check in early. That's coverage early on the Golf Channel. Should be wrapping up Sunday, usually right before football kicks off. So if you're interested in getting some golf in before, football, go watch that. And then the Procore will finish later at night, I think around 7 or 8 at night on the Golf Channel as well. So you can get some rounds of golf in, watching, get some football in, and get ready for the Ryder Cup in a couple weeks. All right. Thanks for listening. Come back next week. We'll discuss the Kroger City Championship. We'll discuss the Procore Championship. We'll talk about the BMW PGA Championship over on the DP World Tour, and then we'll preview the events on those tours as well. All right. Please listen, subscribe, go to our YouTube channel, Fairway to Green, go to our website, Fairway to Green, read our articles. We have stuff out about all the different tours, previewing events, reviewing events, and some other fun stuff coming up. All right. See you next week.